In this slide we will talk about VLAN categories. So we have three categories of VLAN based on the numbers. So you can categorize VLANs into three categories. First is standard VLAN, second is extended VLAN, and third is internal VLAN. So standard VLAN, as in the last session we have talked about the VLAN range, which was from 1 to 4095 usable VLANs, and now we will talk about from that range what are the types of VLANs by default we get in our switches. This is the range for standard VLAN. So every switch from layer 2 to layer 3, they have this range. So commonly this range is available in all switches. Second, when we configure VLAN, its information, its configuration is stored in VLAN.dat file, and again it depends on switch to switch. Some of the new switches, they have a VLAN.dat file which is stored in flash, and some of the switches they have this VLAN.dat file stored in NVRAM. So this VLAN.dat file is stored in flash mostly, but not mandatory it will be stored only in flash. It can be stored in NVRAM as well. It totally depends on what kind of category, what kind of switches we are using. Second, VLAN 1 and 1002 to 1005, these are the default VLAN. So default VLAN we have like FDDI or token ring. These are the legacy VLANs, and these cannot be deleted. You cannot delete them because these are the default one. So VLAN 1 is the default, and all the ports, they are member of this VLAN 1 by default. Mostly VLAN 1 is not recommended to use in the production environment. So we can create another VLAN and we can use our ports in different VLANs. The next category is extended VLAN. The extended VLAN range is from 1006 to 4094, and I have written here theoretically. It means the range is not totally specified for this extended VLAN, because the internal VLAN also uses some numbers from this range. So there is no specific range for extended range, but it uses the range from 1006 to 4094. That's why I wrote here theoretically. And extended VLAN information is stored in NVRAM. Not all the switches, not all Cisco switches, they do support extended VLAN. So some of the high category switches, they do support extended VLAN, and they do support private VLAN. We'll talk about that. And we do not configure extended VLAN until we have a specific requirement. So the extended requirement can be used in some cases where we have this VTP transparent mode. VTP is VLAN trunking protocol. When we are going to use the VTP, then we can use this extended VLAN. If we have VTP version 3, then also we can use extended VLAN. So your switch should be in VTP transparent mode. So VTP is a kind of protocol, we'll talk about this. So only we need to understand here is when we have VTP in transparent mode and VTP version 3, then only we can configure extended VLAN. And here is the last note. Not all extended VLAN can be used because some of them are reserved for internal uses. As I told, it's a theoretically from 1006 to 4094, because internal VLAN also will use range from 1006 to 4094. Now the internal VLAN is mostly not visible, and it also does not have any specific range. So no specific range for it. It uses the same range which is which extended VLAN uses. It is created, you don't have to create it manually. You will not go to configuration mode and you will create it. It is automatically created when we configure any layer 2 port to, or we convert layer 2 port to layer 3. Then this VLAN in backend, this VLAN is created automatically by switch. So that layer 3 port, physically it looks like it's a layer 3 port and a native layer 3 port, but in the backend switch creates a SVI port and assign this port to the access port, and then it creates this VLAN automatically. So it is not visible in CLI, but actually it is created and it is treated as SVI port. And if you want to see which VLAN is created and making communication between the native layer 3 port and SVI, then you can use show VLAN internal uses command to see that. Now this internal VLAN uses, it may be the range starting from 1006 or it may be the range starting from 4094. So the range may be ascending or descending.